All right. Welcome to day 25 of the live guitar challenge, where I'm just getting on YouTube live for an hour every day and practicing the guitar as a complete beginner, someone that doesn't have a lot of experience with any instruments at all. No family grew up, interested in music and making music and things like that. So I really have zero experience physically or in my DNA or anything like that. So again, we're on day 25. I'm not playing a whole lot of songs, obviously, at day 25. I'm basically just doing a lot of fundamental practices and drills and just trying to, what even is an A chord, a D chord. I know what those are now, and I'm just bouncing and transitioning between them, trying to get more fluid. So I'm just coming on here to practice my fundamental skills for the world to see while I give tips, and little pointers and things that struggles I'm going through, how I'm dealing with it, just my little guitar journey. If it can help anyone, that'd be great. But I know they're just straight raw footages, no editing, no anything like that. So I'm sure you can learn something. Or just even witness how long it takes, right? Because we're at day 25 and still not playing a whole lot of songs, but I can definitely feel my technique and just my comfortability with the guitar has significantly improved for sure. But sometimes, you just get frustrated and but you got to be patient, obviously, because with anything, if you have ever tried, I don't know, pick anything, skateboarding, was you ever doing kick flips down 6 flights of stairs after 25 days? Highly doubt it. Basketball, was you doing a mean crossover, with a sick layup after 25 days of ever even touching a basketball ever? Highly doubt it. So just like anything, takes time. Takes consistent practice. That was my downfall for the first couple years of owning this guitar. I never picked it up. Pick it up for 15 minutes, put it down for a month and a half. Pick it up for 28 minutes, put it down for 6 months. Not kidding. Pick it up for an hour maybe. Don't touch it again for 3 weeks. You're never going to get good at anything you do it that way, right? If you were in grade school and you only did a math problem 1 or 2 times and then you never did it again, any math for, 2 months, you'd probably be an adult that doesn't know how to do any math. So there's no secret to it. The secret is just consistency. Never try to learn a new language. And 25 days in, you're having conversations with locals and, you're maybe not, getting a college degree or anything, but you're, socializing with locals and having drinks at the local cafe. No, you're not. Not after 25 days. So that's just the type of mindset. That's just the type of things that go on in my head to remain patient. You know what I'm saying? You always want to be great right away. We always want to be able to do, what we're seeing on the internet and seeing other people live at concerts or, just out and about. We want to be able to do what they can do like instantly. It takes a long time, right? If you really want it. So just coming on here, giving little tidbits, words of affirmation, motivational words, tips on what I'm doing with my fingers, all those different things. So if you could ever learn anything from my little live practice performances, please go ahead and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I still only have 2 subscribers, my mama and my partner. So thank you, loves, for that. I greatly appreciate that. One thing I'm going to go ahead and do real quick, if I can turn it around. No, yeah, you can kind of see the letters on there showing. So that's just my electronic tuner, and I just pretty much always have it up there. It's just not always on. I just turn it on when I need to do some tuning, like right now. I could hear that it wasn't quite right. So typically I'll have this ready before I hit the stream button, but I had some more difficulties today with my internet dropping. That's what I kept hearing those beeps for a minute ago. Come on. There we go. G, little off. Oh, come on. All right. Okay. Okay. Usually there's a second or a third that follow. All right. Now that I'm surely in tune, let's just get back to it. My apologies. See, with these being straight raw footage, I can't edit that little crap out. But I just want to play for an hour a day. See how consistent I can get. See how comfortable I can get moving up and down and just doing practice drills and things like that, doing scales, doing open chords, learning, what the chords are, learning what the scale is, learning a lot of theory also within these 100 days, right? So I'm sure it won't be a linear learning progression. It'll probably be all right, it's hard to talk and play at the same time. I was going to say exponential. Or kind of start slow, for a little while you're learning the basics, learning fundamentals, learning, things like that. And then as your skills improve, your knowledge improves in your head, your muscle memory, your finger dexterity, those types of things also improve. Then, you'll be able to learn quicker. So also, if you ever stumble across these videos, not only will I ask you to please subscribe, but also please comment. If you're more educated in the guitar, please, tell me something I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'm resting my forearm too much, or I don't know. Maybe you got some tips for me. Please let me know what some of those tips are in the comments, and I'll be sure to, communicate with you and have a conversation. So I would greatly appreciate any tips, any advice that anybody has for me. I want to be a sponge and soak up as much as I can, not only about the guitar, but about YouTube and creating a channel and thumbnails and good quality content, things like that. So I'll greatly appreciate it. I eventually, once I'm kind of done with the 100-day challenge, because it does eat up a lot of time, I'd like to get into some other types of videos where I'm actually creating videos, doing video editing, having an intro and an ending and soundtrack lightly playing, softly in the background, good transitions into other scenes. So I'd like to work on some things like that as well. Once I'm done with this 100-day challenge, I'm basically just going to keep giving myself 100-day challenges or something like that. maybe 50-day challenges. Depends on what the challenge is, I guess, but give it a time frame, right? Because once you give it a time frame, it makes it a more of a smart goal. So rather than just saying get good at guitar or learn YouTube, okay, in what, 7 years? So always putting a number on a goal always helps. So yeah. Like to eventually start making some other videos too. If you look at my banner on my channel, that kind of gives a clue. The things I'm interested, things I would like to, make videos on, things I've already kind of laid some groundwork on, some projects, but not completed them yet. F. Let's get those bar chords in there. Gotta get those bars in there. And really, at 25 days, I'm actually, to be dead honest, awfully proud of how far I've came. Because again, it's not just the strumming and the playing and the synchronization and the timing that has to be good. It's the learning and where to put the fingers, and there's bar chords and regular chords and power chords, and I know a little bit about quite a few of them. Bar chord, bar chord, bar chord, bar chord. Power chord. Power chord. And the scale, pentatonic. In all the different positions. Here's just a couple of them. A little house down there. So really 25 days in, sure, I'm not getting on here impressing everybody and getting, thousands of views and thousands of subscribers, if I could speak. But I'm learning the guitar. I'm learning YouTube. I'm learning the platform and how, a little bit about how live works. Not so much about regular videos yet because I haven't posted a whole lot, but I'm learning the live section of it. I've started playing around with the thumbnails and trying to get a little better with those. FCG. I want to try to stay with that combo. I'm basically glancing over here some notes. It's basically the circle of fifths and circle of fourths, I guess, depending on how you look at it, apparently. But let's try staying within FGC combos. Majors. See, I just start drifting. Just playing A minor. It's like, did I say that? No, I said F, G, and C. Come on now. I just get so bored with the same sounds, I think. So I want to kind of like throw something else in there. It's like, no, this isn't supposed to be super exciting stuff. It's a beginner in their first 100 days. Like, come on now. Laugh at yourself if you thought this was going to be me shredding. F. Quick bar. Basically just repping the G and F a bunch. My C and F isn't fantastic, but it's better than my G to F transition. So, because from the C to F, there's not a common point, but there's not a far movement for the middle finger. It goes down one string, and then from there I can use that as an anchor to put my other three fingers. So really C to F. Again, I'm not fantastic at it, but I'm a little smoother with it. G to F. I want to get better at that. More smooth, so I'm just repping that. Planes flying overhead. Can you hear that? I wonder if you can hear that when I listen back. There's a plane flying overhead. I've also learned that I gotta throw the wrist kind of out there to do my bar chords, and then to do other shapes like D and G, I kind of have my wrist kind of tucked the opposite direction. So just knowing that, being mindful, oh, I got to throw the wrist out, or oh, I got to pull the wrist this way, it helps make the transition quicker as well. So I'm trying to learn that and be mindful of that as well. See how the hand and wrist is here? Now here. F bar chord. All right. Let's switch it up. That's some good practice with the F bar chord, G and C. Let's go to another part of the wheel of fifths. Let's go to the D, A, E section and just kind of play around with those. All right. So we got majors, D, A, E. This one's nice because it has a common finger on all of them. It kind of stays in the same spot. Well, moves, but stays on the same string at least. It's the index finger. So from the E chord to the D chord, you slide it up 1 fret. So from the D to E, it slides up or down 1 fret, depending on which one you're going to. E to D or D to E. But it slides 1 fret. From A to D or D to A, same letters, A to D or D to A, the index finger stays still. It doesn't have to move at all. The other 2 fingers move and go around it, but you can play it a different way, where you would move all the fingers. If you want them in a straight line. Or sometimes you would even use these 3 fingers because you need to get ready for a bar coming up. Let's see. Switch it up to another section. Let's go. What's that? B, E, A. Okay. It's major, right? Yeah. B. Grab a quick drink of water. Nothing better than water. Cold water. Water. I don't understand those people that say that they don't like water, or that water is gross. It's like, dang, that sucks that you think that. It sucks that your taste buds have been tainted with so much whatever, fill in the blank. Carbonated beverages, sodas, coffees, caffeines, sugars, beer, wine, liquors, drinks, mixed drinks that you can't even enjoy on water. sometimes just repping that one thing over and over and over again is important. You know, it's gonna be boring. I know. I'm sorry, but still, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I need these numbers to get up there, so I want to start posting the cool stuff. All right. So yeah, just prepping that A to B, A to B, A to B, because it's a crammed, congested area, right? It's like all together. And then you got to slide and keep them all together, and stop at an even smaller zone, right? Because each time the fret goes down, it gets just a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. So you're doing this here on the second fret, almost the biggest fret you got, and it's still kind of hard. Everything's crammed together. Then you got to slide down a whole step, 2 frets. Things are even more crammed, and you got to keep everything together and switch your hand from being in tight to out wide, so that way you can lay also this bar down. So yeah, it's a tough one. A to B is a tough one, for sure. Don't beat yourself up. Don't do it. It's a tough one. Hands just getting tired now. So I think I'm going to switch it up. Go ahead and go into a little something different for the last 10 minutes here. Let's try keeping it with chords. What's a drill? Let's do power chords. As you can see, it's not always super structured. I'm just kind of picking things to practice. I know I need to get better on everything, right? So 15 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, a whole hour on something, anything is going to drastically improve my skills. So again, 100 first days. Hopefully maybe some songs eventually. I've already on what was that? What was the last milestone? Week 3, I guess. I think I played some songs. I don't remember. I think it was week 3 though. Kind of played, some songs that I kind of sort of know. Sure, they're not perfect, but kind of play around with some songs. Most of the practice sessions are just fundamental drills and things like that, rather than songs, because I'm just not there yet, right? Trying to play songs is kind of the running, right? If you're playing songs, that's running. If you're playing like rock fast songs, that's sprinting, right? So before I get to the sprinting, even before I get to the running, I want to learn how to not even jog and walk, but crawl. So basically, first 100 days is crawling, getting into the walking. And then after the 100 days, I think I'll be comfortable enough to consider myself in the walking, getting into the jogging phase. After the 100 days, this first 100 days is mainly crawling, getting into the walking, and then we'll go walking, getting into the jogging. Then we'll go jogging, getting into the running, and then we'll go running, getting into the sprinting. Years down the line. But one thing at a time, right? First 100 days. Man, my fingers are getting pretty chewed up. I don't know if you can tell on camera or not, but yeah, I guess you can. Looks like workout fingertips rather than workout palms and calluses down here. You get calluses up here. The pinky's the least because I guess you used it the least. Mainly using obvious index and ring. Pretty chewed up. I honestly don't feel like the pain too much anymore, right? It's different. All right, anyways, enough of my flapping of the jaws. Play some power chords. You got G5, A5, D5, C5, B5, F5. Yeah, F, G, A, D, C, B, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. And it's 7. All right, that B7 once you get down here, and C7. I don't know. I don't know those ones yet. I just know the 5s: A5, B5, C5, D5, E5, F5, G5. It's a power chord, strings 5 and 6, or strings 4 and 5. It's 4 and 5 with B, C, and D. And it's 5 and 6 with F, E, G, A. Just playing, just bouncing. Random as heck. we're gonna call that a wrap for the day. That's day 25. We are now 1/4 of the way through the challenge, right? We're 25% of the way to 100. So I'm pretty stoked. Sometimes you want to get mad at the guitar and scream, but sometimes you just got to be mindful that you're not going to get great at anything after 25 days, right? I gave a couple examples earlier, a couple more maybe. If you've never ever cooked a day in your life, if maybe you're, a kid growing up or whatever, after 25 days of actually paying attention to your mom and dad in the kitchen, or actually 25 days of watching a cooking show, you actually think you're going to get in there and make a bomb meal? Probably not. You're probably going to bomb it. Same with sewing and making clothes. You think after 25 days of trying to figure out how to make clothes, you're just going to be making awesome clothes? No. So again, after 25 days, you're not going to be great at anything. But continue being patient with yourself, continue staying consistent, and continue climbing, right? Every little day, laying a brick, laying a brick, laying a brick, laying a brick. Eventually, you got an entire house. So stick with it. If you haven't subscribed already, I continue to please ask you to subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Trying to get my subscriptions up there, and comment below. Let me know how I'm doing. Give me some tips. Give me some practice sessions that you might do. I like to adopt those into mine. So comment below. Give it a thumbs up if you're learning anything. And again, I love you all. No matter what, I'm out. Thanks. Until next time. I love you. Peace. I'm out.